While everyone's stockpiling canned beans and crackers for emergencies, they're completely ignoring the fact that their $2,000 worth of food in the fridge and freezer will be rotting garbage in 24 hours when the power goes out. In this video, I'm going to show you the massive blind spot in most people's emergency preparedness plans and reveal a surprisingly simple system that lets you keep your steaks, milk, and even ice cream perfectly fresh for weeks during a power outage, while your neighbors are eating stale crackers. Welcome to the Smart Pantry, where we help you build real food security that actually works. If you're tired of generic preparedness advice that falls apart when you need it most, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for practical solutions that will actually keep your family fed and comfortable when disaster strikes. Here's what's really happening in most homes right now. People are spending hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars on emergency food storage. Rice, beans, canned goods, freeze-dried meals, all the shelf-stable stuff that makes us feel prepared. And don't get me wrong, these foods have their place, but there's a psychological trap here that's costing people dearly. We focus on these forever foods because they give us comfort. We can stack them in the pantry, forget about them for years, and feel like we're ready for anything. But here's the brutal truth. When disaster actually strikes, you're not going to want to live on crackers and instant noodles while watching $2,000 worth of real food rot in your powerless refrigerator. Think about what's in your fridge and freezer right now. Meat, dairy, fresh vegetables, leftovers, medications that need refrigeration. The average American family has between $1,500 and $3,000 worth of food in their cold storage at any given time. And all of it becomes dangerous to eat within 24 to 48 hours once the power goes out. The food safety guidelines are crystal clear about this. Once temps rise above 40 degrees Fahrenheit, you're in what experts call the danger zone. Bacteria multiply rapidly. Your milk goes bad. Your meat becomes a health hazard. Even your cheese starts growing things you don't want to eat. Meanwhile, you're sitting there with a pantry full of crackers, wondering why emergency food storage feels so depressing. Now, you've probably heard the standard advice for dealing with this problem. Just run your refrigerator for a few hours each day using your car or a generator. This advice is everywhere in preparedness circles, and it's terrible for several reasons. First, using your car as a power source puts your most important emergency asset at risk. Your vehicle isn't just transportation, it's evacuation capability, communication hub, and sometimes shelter. When you drain the battery or damage the alternator trying to run appliances, you could be stranding yourself when you need mobility most. I've seen people completely kill their car batteries this way and then realize that they can't even get to the store for supplies. But even if you don't damage your car, this approach creates a dangerous temperature roller coaster. Your food spends most of its time getting warmer, then briefly getting cold again. Those temperature fluctuations are exactly what food safety experts warn against. You're basically creating the perfect breeding ground for bacteria while thinking you're being smart. Generators are better than using your car, but they still create the same temperature cycling problems. Plus, you're burning through fuel, creating noise that might not be wise during certain emergencies, and you still need enough generator capacity to handle your refrigerator's startup surge, which can be substantial. Here's where most people get the math completely wrong. A standard full-size refrigerator uses between 3,000 and 4,000 watt-hours per day. That's massive. To put that in perspective, if you're running off a 12-volt battery system, you'd need about 400 amp-hours of battery capacity just for one day of refrigeration. And that's assuming perfect efficiency, which never happens in the real world. But what if I told you there's a way to keep your most important foods cold using less than a third of that energy? What if you could maintain perfect food safety temperatures 24/7 during an extended outage without breaking the bank or risking your primary transportation? The secret is right-sizing your emergency refrigeration. Instead of trying to keep that energy-hungry full-size refrigerator running, smart preppers use a combination of a compact chest freezer and a mini refrigerator. These appliances are specifically designed for efficiency, and the numbers are game-changing. A typical 5-foot chest freezer uses only about 500 to 600 watt-hours per day. A 2.6-foot mini ridge adds another 350 watt-hours. Combined, you're looking at roughly 850 watt-hours daily, less than a quarter of what your main refrigerator demands. Now, you might be thinking, but I can't fit all my food in those smaller units. And you're absolutely right. This isn't about replacing your main refrigeration. It's about creating a backup system for your most critical items. When the power goes out, you quickly transfer your most valuable and perishable foods into these efficient units. Your steaks, your milk, your medications, your cheese, the stuff that really matters. The beauty of this approach is that these appliances aren't just emergency equipment gathering dust in your garage.
Many families use them as overflow storage year-round. Extra meat from bulk buying, beverages, frozen goods that don't fit in the main freezer, they're earning their keep every day, and then become lifesavers when disaster strikes. This becomes even more critical when you consider medical needs.
If anyone in your family depends on insulin or other refrigerated medications, consistent temperature control isn't just about comfort, it's literally life or death. The temperature cycling approach that most people recommend could make these medications ineffective exactly when you need them most. So how do you actually power this system? Let's start with the simplest possible setup for short-term outages. You need just three things. One 100 amp hour lithium iron phosphate battery, a 600-watt inverter, and your efficient appliances. Here's how it works. Your mini fridge and chest freezer stay plugged into regular wall outlets during normal times. When the power goes out, you simply switch their plugs to your inverter system. No complicated wiring, no permanent modifications, just plug and play. That single 100 amp hour battery will run both appliances for about 24 hours. And unlike the temperature cycling approach, your food stays at safe temperatures the entire time. No danger zone, no bacterial growth, no spoilage. After 24 hours, you need to recharge that battery. You have several options. A portable generator can do it quickly and safely. If you have solar panels, they'll recharge it during the day, though you'll need at least 200 watts of panels for a full daily recharge in good conditions. You can even use your car to recharge the battery, but now you're doing it safely through a proper battery charger instead of trying to run appliances directly. But for longer outages, the real magic happens with a two-battery system. While one battery powers your appliances, the other one is recharging. Every 24 hours, you swap them. This creates an indefinite cycle. You're only limited by your ability to generate power for recharging. During the day, your solar panels or generator charges the spare battery. At night, that fully charged battery takes over, while the first one gets ready for its next charging cycle. You can literally run this system forever as long as you have sun or fuel. For those who want the ultimate setup, a permanent solar-powered system changes everything. Picture this: two 100 amp hour lithium batteries, three 100-watt solar panels, a charge controller, and a 600-watt inverter. This system can run your backup refrigeration 24/7, 365 days a year. During normal operation, your batteries typically drain only 25 to 30% overnight and recharge fully by mid-afternoon. You're essentially running your backup refrigeration on free solar power every single day. And when the grid goes down, you don't even notice because your system keeps running seamlessly. The total cost for a complete system like this might be around $1,000, maybe a bit more depending on your specific choices. But here's the key. You don't have to build it all at once. Start with the appliances for daily use. Add a battery and inverter for basic backup capability. Then add solar panels when your budget allows. This modular approach means you can spread the cost over time while building a system that benefits your daily life immediately. Every component pays for itself through everyday use before you ever need it for an emergency. When you're choosing appliances, size matters, but efficiency matters more. Check the manufacturer's energy ratings, but also consider testing with a power meter to get real-world numbers. Some units perform better or worse than their ratings suggest. For batteries, lithium iron phosphate is the gold standard. They're safer than other battery types, last longer, and can be discharged much deeper without damage. A 600-watt pure sine wave inverter is ideal, though modified sine wave will work for basic refrigeration if budget is tight. Solar panels in the 100-watt range offer the best balance of cost, portability, and performance. 2 to 3 panels will handle most backup refrigeration needs, with 3 panels providing extra margin for cloudy days. The charge controller is what protects your batteries and ensures efficient charging from solar panels. Don't skip this component, it's essential for system longevity and safety. For setup and operation, simplicity is key. Keep your backup appliances running normally on wall power. When disaster strikes, the power switch takes seconds. Transfer your most critical foods immediately. Don't wait to see if power comes back quickly. Monitor your battery levels with a proper battery monitor. This tells you exactly how much capacity you have left and prevents over-discharging, which can damage batteries and leave you without power when you need it most. The real-world value of this approach extends far beyond emergencies. Having overflow refrigeration is incredibly convenient for everyday life. Stock up on sale items without crowding your main fridge. Keep beverages cold for parties. Store extra meat from bulk purchases. Your system pays dividends every single day. But when disaster does strike, whether it's a hurricane, ice storm, a car hitting a transformer, or rolling blackouts, your backup system keeps your family eating real food while others are struggling with bland emergency rations. You're not joining the frantic neighborhood cookout to avoid waste. You're not throwing away hundreds of dollars of spoiled food. You're maintaining normalcy and comfort when everyone else is dealing with crisis.
This is especially important for families with children or elderly members who may struggle with sudden dietary changes during already stressful times. Being able to maintain familiar foods and eating patterns provides psychological comfort that goes well beyond nutrition. The flexibility of this approach means you can customize it for your specific situation. Urban apartment dwellers might focus on a compact mini fridge and portable power station. Rural families might invest in larger chest freezers and more solar capacity.
Areas prone to frequent outages might justify more robust systems as practically essential infrastructure. You can adapt the system as your needs change too. Start small and build over time. Add capacity as your family grows. Upgrade components as technology improves and prices drop. The modular nature means you're never locked into a system that doesn't fit your evolving needs. Food safety and quality aren't luxuries during emergencies. They're essentials for maintaining health and morale when everything else is uncertain. Keeping food consistently below 40 degrees prevents bacterial growth that could make your family sick when medical help might be hard to reach. Quality matters too. Repeated thawing and refreezing degrades both safety and taste. Your steaks shouldn't taste terrible just because the power was out. Your ice cream shouldn't be becoming an edible mess. A stable, always-on backup system preserves both safety and quality. This entire approach represents a fundamental shift in thinking about emergency preparedness. Instead of focusing solely on survival-level calories, you're maintaining the ability to eat well during difficult times. Instead of accepting that fresh food is impossible during outages, you're creating systems that make it routine. Most importantly, you're building resilience that serves you every single day, not just during disasters. Your investment improves your daily life while providing security for uncertain times. That's the hallmark of smart preparedness. Solutions that make your life better regardless of what happens. Whether you start with a simple battery and mini fridge or build a full solar-powered system, you're taking control of one of the most overlooked aspects of emergency preparedness. While others are debating which brand of crackers to stockpile, you're ensuring your family can maintain proper nutrition and food safety no matter what the grid throws your way. The peace of mind that comes from knowing your food will stay safe and fresh during any outage is invaluable. But the daily convenience and cost savings make this investment pay for itself even if you never face a major emergency. Your preparedness plan should be about more than just surviving. It should be about maintaining the quality of life your family deserves. With a smart backup refrigeration system, you're not just prepared for disasters, you're prepared to thrive through them while others are just trying to get by. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Smart Pantry for more practical preparedness solutions that actually work in the real world. And let me know in the comments, what's your biggest challenge when it comes to emergency food storage? I'd love to help you solve it in a future video.